patience. And welcome to tonight's live stream. So good to be back with you guys. It is after the holidays and after some crazy busy first months of the year, pretty much. But yeah, I'm super glad to be back. If you guys will let me know in the chat if the video and audio quality is going okay. What's up, Iron Motion? Welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Yeah, OBS was giving me some trouble tonight. Trying to keep it stable, so survived another year. That's right. Yes. And looking forward to 2025 too. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. Let me know if you are experience any lagging or pixelation or anything like that. I keep saying that it's like dropping frames like crazy, so I want to make sure you guys can see okay once we start painting. So Christmas presents, as far as Warhammer is concerned, not particularly this year. I got an Xbox Series X. I was still rocking my OG Xbox One, so I couldn't play that awesome game that came out last year, Space Marine. So I'm finally on that bandwagon, and man, what a fun game. That's super cool. So how about you, Iron Motion? Any Christmas presents on your end, and in the chat? Like anything you guys got over the holidays that you've already started working on? Just gonna post on the Discord here. Guard Army got a big boost. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Did you go in on the Krieg stuff? Because those models are sick. I've always been a fan of the Krieg. I think they look really great. The aesthetic is gold. The OG Forge World stuff was absolutely incredible. Pre-ordered the box. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good box. Seems like a good start to that. So, don't know when it's gonna arrive. Yeah, probably next week sometime. My guess. I know a lot of places don't even ship it out until like after release or the day of release. So, terrible in points. Yeah, I heard that. A lot of minis, not a lot of points. That seems to be 40K at the moment, though. I saw a really interesting video this week. It was from Mini War Gaming, and I think it was Matt was talking about just how a bunch of different factors have kind of led to just these massive armies and lots of complexity in the game. Because like when I got started, like armies were, I started back in 4th edition, and armies were like maybe half the size model wise that they are now. And so it's been really interesting to see how people how that has changed over the years, and just how many more models you have to make an army now than you used to. It is really different. Looks like you got Chimera, Lehman Russ, Scions, Aquilons, Bulgren. Nice. Yeah, you got a good force there. You got a really good force. What's up, everybody? As you jump in to the video, welcome. This is the Nightly Painting Studio. We're doing a live stream here. We're going to be working on the Tempestus Aquilons kill team right now, but you could do this for any Scions or really any guard models probably too. It would work pretty well for something like that. Yeah, but drop in the chat, let me know what you're working on and what kind of projects you got going right now. So Iron Motion says, when the combat engineers come out and buying as many as I can. Yeah, I understand that. Those guys are awesome. Those guys are really awesome. You should absolutely post your work on Discord. I love that. And thanks for plugging that, Iron Motion. I'm gonna drop the link to our Discord right in here for anybody that is joining us who may not have that link yet. So there it is in the chat. It's honestly a great little growing community that we're all really supportive of each other, and super grateful for you guys that are already over on the Discord. So join our hobby community. It's a fun little place to be. So, hey, if we haven't met yet, I see we have a few viewers tonight. And for anybody watching this afterwards, my name's Corbin, and I am the Nightly Painter. I've been painting, since I was like 12, technically, but really got back into the hobby in 2017 with the advent of 8th edition 40K. Reeled me back in, and I've really enjoyed the painting aspect of this hobby for I guess going on like 8 years now, which is really cool. So my whole goal is to create a space where we can just create a hobby community together. I noticed I was kind of just sitting in my room painting by myself, and that's not really that fun. It can be. It's really nice to have that alone time sometimes, but I also enjoy being with people, and I'm like, I can't always go out to the game store to hang out with other hobbyists, so I'm gonna just jump on YouTube and see what happens, see if we can create a little community. And so far it's been a lot of fun. So I'm doing these live streams. I was doing them regularly, and then had a crazy break over holidays and beginning of this year. But I'm glad to be back. Excited for 2025. Going to have more tutorials, more live streams, and hopefully just content that is helpful to you guys. So that's what I'm hoping for this year. We'll see what life throws at us, and we'll see what I can get accomplished this year. But I am super excited to meet more people and create an even bigger hobby group. So, like I said earlier, and like the title of this video says, we're going to be working on the Tempestus Aquilons tonight. So, I've already done a test model. You can see that in the Discord if you are on the Discord. I posted that a couple of days ago. Got one like probably 90% of the way finished. Just wanted to test the scheme and like figure out all the ins and outs, and so I got it pretty well down now. These are fun to paint. They're not that complicated, and it's given me a chance to work on a color that I really haven't done much of before, which is orange. So I figured I'd go for that kill team orange for these guys, and yeah, you can probably apply most of what I do on this scheme to any color scheme that you're doing. Hopefully, the techniques and the different little parts will be really helpful to you. But with that being said, let's jump right in. I'm going to switch over to the main stream cam, and we'll go from there. Okay, so you can see some bright orange fellas right up there in the top, and my wet palette here. So we got quite a few colors on here, but really it's honestly not that much, which is actually something I really like and appreciate about this scheme in particular. So yeah, what we're gonna do here, let me show you the test model. You guys tell me if it's dropping a bunch of frames or if things are fuzzy, can't see well. Yeah, there's that test model there. Yeah, so I really like how this turned out. It's kind of muted, but let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. You can really see that the colors work pretty well together, and I'll kind of show you what I'm going to do with that here. But I tried to do, and I'll show you on one of these guys. So this is kind of how it started, and it's got a very like chromatic painting feel to it, where there's just a lot of kind of color on it. But then once everything's kind of together, you don't really notice that, except it just kind of looks like it has a lot of depth to it. So yeah, so it's gonna be fun to start painting the rest of these up. I may have gone a little brighter on the orange for the rest of the unit. We'll see. I feel like I did, but it may just be that I haven't done the wash on it yet. So we'll see how that turns out. But I ended up using this Fire Dragon Bright as the main orange color, and I did this Baraknar Burgundy in the shadows, and then I actually used Plague Bear Flesh mixed with Eldari Emerald contrast paints for all the green stuff, and really a lot of it, like I said, is going to get painted over, but it just kind of gives some variation and sets things in, kind of ties everything together, which is nice. So anywho, yeah, there again is that test model. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot of edge highlighting or anything. So just kind of following the steps. Cool. So yeah, first thing that we're going to end up actually doing on these, and you're going to be like, what? First thing we're going to end up doing is doing a wash of plague bearer flesh of this green contrast, and it's going to be really thin, so you can actually see on my wet palette here. I'll flip it around. You can see that this was what I used for the test model. Very, very thin, thinned down with just water, really. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. So this is going to act as our wash to darken down some of those recesses. And it's actually going to change the hue just a tad as well. So it's going to change the color of that orange ever so slightly. Yeah, you can see that we're getting into that really thin territory there. So I'm going to go ahead and start slapping some of this on. There we go. We should be back now. All right. So I'm just getting a good amount of that on here, and then I'm just going to start going over pretty much the entirety of the model. You want to make sure that you're getting into those orange armor plates. That's really where you want to focus your attention, because the rest of it's really just going to get how do I say this? It's just going to get painted over. So we're trying to focus on just making sure this kind of lands in the recesses of all of that orange armor paneling. Like I said, I know it kind of feels like, why are you using green on your orange? But it's actually going to define those recesses, which is really nice. A lot of times, like with color theory, it's actually going to help bring a little bit more contrast to that orange as well. It's going to stand out a little more on that orange. So. This guy is the sniper. really we're trying not to go like too heavy here on this particular step. We really just want this to kind of settle in the recesses and not pool anywhere else. We don't really need it to pool. We just need it to be kind of like an edge. Edge lining, I guess you could say, or black lining. Okay, and that guy's done, and you can see that it didn't really do a whole lot to it, but it is just going to change the color tone of that orange ever so slightly. So just gonna keep working on these. We'll move to this one. Welcome to everybody as you join in on the stream. Jump in the chat and let me know where you are and what you're working on. And also, if you've got any questions, pop them in. Love to help if I can. I don't have all the answers, but always happy to share what I do know. This will be a good question. Anybody got snow on the ground right now? I'm here in Florida and we got, well, not where I live, but Florida got snow, which is wild. Absolutely crazy. Trying to make sure that there's a nice little bit of black lining in there. I don't want it to be like too green. That's not really the point of this. The point of this is to create that definition between the armor panels and stuff, and also do a subtle hue change on that orange. I guess it'll end up maybe feeling a little more organic or natural because of that green that's in it. And it's going to tie into the basing. Iron Motion, I see that you posted some stuff in the Discord. That's awesome. I will take a look at it when I have the opportunity here. Can't wait to see it. Okay. There. I like this guy. He's got a slight conversion on him, so I took a Mechanicus pistol and gave it to him, kind of like thinking like maybe he's got like some kind of heirloom pistol on him. He's the gunslinger. He's gotta have something cool. Of course, I was half off the screen. You guys gotta yell at me if I'm not staying in the screen. It's the whole point. I'll tell you what though, like, painting on stream like this is a lot harder than any of the pro people make it look. Okay. That guy is good to go. It's so subtle, but it actually makes a huge difference. So alright, well, I think I may do these in kind of like batches, and that way, you know, y'all can see a little more of the process tonight. Okay, so the next part of the process with these is actually going to be painting the white stripe. And this one was actually pretty fun. So I'll kind of flip this back around here. So we have a couple of different colors that I'm using for this. We have pale gray blue, and we have Surfer Orc Flesh. Honestly, anything that's kind of that like verdigris is probably fine for this. The idea is that we're going to take a little bit of this, we're going to take a little bit of this, and we're going to mix it together and get this kind of light teal color. And then we're going to just kind of mark our stripe here. Really, you know, we can make this as wide as we want, but I don't want to go too wide here. More than anything, that stripe is kind of supposed to be an accent. And then you kind of have a couple of different ways you could go. I did a V on this one, and I think I may do that again. So let's just try it. I'm gonna start from, hopefully you can see this. And we're really just trying to draw on the model a little bit here. Trying not to block. Well, that sucks. Don't press too hard on your minis, guys. All right, so you can kind of see that there, that on that side, and then we are going to do a V here as well. On the knee. Cool. So the reason that we're actually doing this right now is because we're going to do some battle damage here in one of the next phases. And it's going to go all over the armor. So we want to make sure that anything that is on that armor, as far as paintwork goes, we're going to make sure that that gets done now, so that our weathering will apply equally to all of the different parts of the armor. So real quick, y'all, I'm gonna
glue this little piece that broke off back on. Done. All right. So I'm going to be a little more careful this time. Okay. So here we go. We're just going to paint some more of those stripes. Starting with this one here. That line right down the center there. And then we're just going to kind of expand that. Down both sides of this little middle. Just kind of using anything you can as a guide. Always helps. So you can see there's our line there. Doesn't take that long to do. Now we are going to do, obviously highlights and that kind of stuff. But so there's one part of that line. There's the other part of the there. And I'm starting a little darker. And that is intentional because I'm going to highlight my way up. Okay. That one was not my best, but every single one of them can't be your best one. There can only be one. Okay, so we're going to start down on the knee pad for this guy. And for this one, we're just going to do figured I would start from that side of the guys in the chat or watching the video right now, do you guys do freehand? Do you attempt it? Do you love freehand? For the longest time, I did not even try. And to get to a point where I was like, nah, forget it. If I mess it up, I'll mess it up. No, I kind of just like that straight stripe better. So I may do that for this guy. Games Workshop did their cool V stripe on these guys, but kind of digging just the regular old straight stripe. Got all three of those guys done. That's all the stripes done. Well, base coated in on those. So now we're going to come to this. This is regular old. It's pale gray blue. What's up, Phlogiston? Welcome back, man. Too long. So there's that, just kind of whitening up that stripe. And I'm going to do that mostly on the highlighted sections of these stripes. So like in the darker areas, I may not do as much. Things are going pretty good. Yeah, just have the orange done on these guys as far as like all the airbrushing and stuff. But we went through and put plague bearer flesh all over them, which is funny for orange, but it works. And then I've just been adding the stripes before we do some battle damage. So. You know, with these, I have to say, I'm trying not to overthink these. I think something that I want to break out of a bit this year is like that everything has to be this super high quality paint job, and I'd rather just have fun and get stuff finished and on the table. I've had a lot of stuff just, you know, sitting in the pile. And I about yourself, sir? So that's those three. I'm just working on these three tonight. Family work, printing. Yep, I get that, man. So you can kind of see the way these are turning out. And then, yeah, here's that test model again. So, welcome back, Iron Motion. Okay. So at this point, trying to remember if there was anything else I did on this. Yes. Okay. All right, so we're going to take a combo of, I believe it was, Ivory, Rosy Flesh, and Fire Dragon Bright. So really it's just an orange, kind of a pale orange, and then an ivory color. So they don't have to be these specific ones, but if you're looking for that orangey look that I've got, these are the paints I'm using. Really, you know, like with any highlight color, you can either go saturated or you can go desaturated. Shake this one up a little more. This one's always been runny since I've gotten it. Let me know, has the stream been pretty stable? Like not laggy or dropping or anything like that? Let me know in the chat. Okay, so you can kind of see right down here. I'm going to pull a little of that orange over. We're going to pull some of this pinky orange, and then we're going to pull a little bit of this ivory. And it's going to make us up a nice highlight color. Doing, we're also kind of not doing. It's that super quick chippity edge highlights. It's actually not quite orange enough in my opinion. There we go, that's better. Really, right here, I'm just trying to hit the hard edges. Not trying to go crazy, not trying to highlight every single edge or anything. Just trying to hit those standout ones. Really, it's very important on the knee pads, this little groin plate here, any of the larger flat areas. It's going to be really key. But there's not a ton of large flat areas on this model, so. These models are definitely not like Space Marines in that sense, where you just have a lot of big flat panels. Honestly, I like that. It's a nice change of pace. Check out the chat here. Phlogiston's got the files for hazard suits, and Shazo are rely. Oh yeah, that's that Forge World guy with the big shield. Print him to run as a fun enforcer, and 3 of the suits to be his crisis taking dice. Yeah, those old school hazard suits are classic peak Tau. Alright. It's good to be getting back into the rhythm of this. I have missed it for sure. this doesn't need to be a crazy long, crazy detailed step for this. I'm taking my time a little bit because I know I'm probably going to do, you know, these 10 guys, and that's it for this kill team. So trying to enjoy that process, and just have fun with it, you know. Flo, you're gonna have to post those suits up in the Discord. It's hitting me in the Forge World nostalgia feels. Two done, and you can tell, like, from far away it's not really doing much, but yeah, okay, good question, Flo. So you are asking the question that I feel like plagues me constantly with every project I do, which is, should I or should I not subassemble? You ask a question with many answers. Okay, here's what I'll say. I would ask yourself, do I have to achieve the result that I want? If the answer is yes, then do it. If it's not, do as few sub-assemblies as you can possibly do. Because I just find that, like, if you're doing a display level, obviously do the sub-assemblies. If you're trying to paint to the highest of your ability, then yes, do the sub-assemblies. If you're doing this for gaming and you just want it to look really good, I mean, up to you. Generally, I will sub-assemble for almost one reason solely, and that is airbrushing. So if it's going to be a drastically different color than the rest of the mini, I leave it so I can, airbrush it separately and not have to worry about masking and all that kind of stuff. So like for my battle suits, doing the red, I wanted white helmets, and so I basically just kind of left I just left their heads off for the Crisis team, but it really depends, because like I just decided forget the meta. I don't really care. I'll just glue the suits together, and so I didn't have like a whole ton of extra weapons and stuff that needed to be sub-assembled. Should you do multiple regiments or focus on Krieg when you get the box? I don't know. That's up to you, Iron Motion. Good night. Yeah, I mean, Krieg are going to be fun. So, and they're shiny and new. So, I mean, that'd probably be pretty cool. But I think you do what your heart desires, Iron Motion. And yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling, Flo. It's really tough because I'm always torn, because I probably could just fully sub-assemble everything, but it just takes longer, and I find that on most things, from a gaming standpoint, you just don't notice. Like I said, unless they're drastically different colors that you're wanting to put on the mini, and you want to airbrush it. Otherwise, you just paint it on. So. All right. I've been going a little over an hour, so just checking in with everybody. Let's see how we're doing. If you're watching the video right now, drop something in the chat. Let me know you are here. See ya, Iron Motion. Have a great night. Yeah, let me know what you're working on. These guys are fun. I haven't really done. Yeah. Yes.
CR motion. Yeah, I haven't really done Imperial Guard models before, so it's kind of a treat. I'm enjoying it. I really like the test model that I was did too. I'm happy with how it turned out, so I'm hoping these turn out the same way. So the next stage is actually what's gonna really like kind of almost feel like it darkens the armor down a bit, which is the weathering stage. So we're gonna jump into that here in just a second. With our little sponge stuff. Yeah. Let's see here. I keep seeing that the I'm just dropping a lot of frames, so if you guys are seeing that too, let me know. I'm gonna take my my old friend, my old go-to, and I'll switch back over here. I'm gonna go back to our old friend Rhinox hide here. So this is going to be the chipping and battle damage and stuff. So I'm going to throw this brush in. A little something here, and hope it doesn't destroy it, but it's kind of destroyed anyways at this point. So I apparently left gold paint all over this brush the other night. So I'm just using a little isopropyl alcohol to see if I can't clean the worst of it out. As long as you're not dunking it and leaving it. At least salvaged it for now. All right. Okay, so we're just getting a little bit of that Rhinox hide. We're taking a little bit of this like pluck foam stuff, and
start to, you know, kind of randomly dab that on the armor here. We're just gonna go, you know, as much as we can, just light touches. You kind of dab it off on a paper towel first if you want. Went a little heavy on that one. You can really see how much that ends up, you know, kind of darkening down almost that armor. Alright, so there's the first one down. We're just going to kind of go around and continue to work on these guys and make them. They've seen some battle. No, that was close. I don't know why this guy is not sticking to this thing, but seems like the night where things don't want to go right. So, welcome back to streaming, Corbin. to YouTube, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Actually, it's fun. Excited to be back with y'all. Alright, so we freeze up. It is one of those nights. There we go. Should be back. I'm gonna finish the final of the 3 guys that I've been kind of working on here. Zoom in a bit. Doing those light touches all around mini. There we go. There is. Let's see if I can zoom in a little more. There we go. So we got our guy all battle damaged up. He's ready to go. All 3 of these are. You can see that they definitely feel a bit more toned down. comparison to this. So all those little steps really add up and can kind of darken down your paintwork. So and in this case, it's kind of what I want. Don't want it to be too crazy bright. So, all right. That's going to be painting-wise stopping point for tonight. Let's see. I'm going to catch up on chat here. A couple skips from time to time. Okay. I'll have to figure out what's going on with it. My internet's great, so I know that's not it. But yeah, every little bit it seems like it goes down really quick and then comes back up. So I'll have to figure out what OBS is doing later. But let's see, paint games. I don't know anything. Hey, what's going on? It's been a minute. It's good to see you on the stream. Sorry to have you catch it right towards the end of the stream, but you can always go back and take a watch to the rest of it. What was my take on the new detachment? I'm assuming you mean the tile detachment, and if so, I have not even really looked at it. So, what is your take, Flo, on the new detachment? And paint games, remind me what time zone or where you're at. What time zone are you in? Are you in the UK or? I just can't remember. Middle Europe. Okay. Yep. Very cool. It's awesome that we can hang out around the world from each other just over YouTube. It's fun. It's really fun. Swedish. Awesome. Very good. Europe is beautiful. My family got to go to, we went and did like a couple week bus tour of Italy when I was in high school, and it is a trip that I have never forgotten. And just the countryside out there is just so gorgeous. Super cool. Phlogiston says it's really good. Feels very towel. That's awesome. That is awesome. You'll have to update me on Discord on how that detachment feels. Paint Games just woke up 6 a.m. Wow. Starting your day with a nightly painting stream. That's really fun. Not sure I'd be aware enough at 6 a.m. to be paying attention to a stream, but that's really cool. Thanks for starting your day. It's the best way to start. Love it. Love it. Yeah, so I think as far as my schedule, I'm going to be easing back in, so it'll probably be, oh, you're a morning person, that's why. Yeah, I'm more of a night owl, so that's why I'm still up. It's, past 12 here, so I'm going to try to do
twice a week. We'll see what happens. Normally Thursdays are pretty good. And then if I can get back to doing Tuesday nights as well, I will do that. Sunday nights is no longer an option with my work schedule. So I enjoyed doing the Sunday nights, but it's not going to happen. So Will, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you're catching it at the tail end. I don't know if you've been with us for a little bit, but yeah, I'd love for you to subscribe, and then I'm gonna drop the Discord in our chat here as well. You can head over there and be a part of our gaming community, man. So enough to be hooked, sweet. I don't know why my chat's not letting me. There we go. Yeah, so live streams, and then just kind of everybody's giving out roadmaps these days, but I don't really have a roadmap, so to speak. But I do want to do multiple longer form tutorials this year. I put out one last year and almost finished another one, so I should have one in the next month that I can put up on how to paint my Tau infantry, which will be really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna be working through some kill teams this year. For me, skirmish and I think boarding actions is really going to be about as big as I go gaming wise, and so trying to put together these really large armies is it's not. I don't have the time, and I'm trying to be rational and accept that, but it's tough because I love a big 40k army, but I got a lot of Black Templars still to paint. I got a lot of Tau to paint. Ooh, actually, I can show this before we jump off here. Let me go back to the main stream. Okay, zoom out a little bit. I have pretty much finished the conversion of my Black Templars Angels of Death kill team. So we'll start with a couple of the basic troopers. So zoom in here. So we've got this guy. He's kind of Black Templarified, based off one of the Leviathan Sternguard models. So he's just a regular old tactical. And then here's another ranged bolter bro. So using one of the Sword Brother bodies. So there's those two. And then I have this guy who is based off the one of the original Space Marine firstborn captains. So I believe I've showed him before on the channel, but happy with how he turned out. He'll be just a chainsword guy, or could be a sergeant if I wanted him to. We have this guy who is, he's going to be a sergeant with a power weapon and a bolt pistol, or a plasma pistol, whichever one. He's got a cape, and he's got this nice Sigmar shield that I think actually works really well for Templars. So he's going to be carrying that on the back. You can't have a shield in Kill Team, but as I've been playing Space Marine 2,
want to have a representation of each of the Space Marine 2 classes in my Angels of Death kill team. So he can be a sergeant or whatever. Here is the captain. So, really happy with how he's come out. I gotta trim and work on the cloak. But he uses one of the Sword Brother bodies as well. And he's got the Power Fist and Plasma Pistol. And I pulled a very, very old Plasma Pistol for him. So he's got like a relic Plasma Pistol. Even though he's a Primaris, he's got one of the Firstborn Plasmas. So, Old Faithful. So yeah, really like how those are all coming out. And then, okay, so I think these two are the ones that I'm probably happiest with. And again, thinking through, for those of you that have played Space Marine 2, thinking through the different classes and stuff. I have the heavy. So in kill team, he would have a heavy bolter. I just didn't have a heavy bolter. So this will do. But he is the Gravis armored heavy unit. They don't actually have Changelords either, but I can't not with Black Templars. So yeah, I used the Apothecary guy from the Leviathan kit for that. Very, very happy with how this guy turned out. I've got a lot of like purity seals and stuff to add, but yeah, very happy with how these are coming together. And then finally, the sniper, or what do you call it? I guess the eliminator. That's the right word. So this is the lieutenant, I guess, or he's the special Phobos character from Leviathan. I just pulled all of the Tyranid armored stuff off of him and added a cape and added a little sensor on his backpack. I wanted him to have that elementary feel, and then I pulled a like a extended barrel and silencer from a Necromunda kit, and added that to one of the regular bolters. So I didn't have one of the bolt rifles or whatever from the Eliminator's kit, so I made do. And I think honestly it came out pretty good. He's got the combat knife, which is fun. So he's kind of got like the Incursor and the Infiltrator feel to him, while still kind of having a little more of a Templar vibe. So he'll have a tilting shield right here. I think a lot of these guys will end up with tilting shields. And then probably will use this guy as something too. I'm not really sure exactly what yet, but he's going to be my true Blade Guard stand-in, or the Bulwark class. So, little 3D printed Templar shield there. Neo Volkite pistol. Axe inspired by Secret Level. So, yeah. trying to give them a lot of personality. Yeah, so they'll be my my Black Templars. I'll pull one of those over real quick to get an idea of that scheme. Yeah, so here's a couple of my Black Templars. So they'll be this same scheme. I've really enjoyed painting them, but they definitely they take a little bit of time to paint. But I've been needing to do an infantry tutorial for the Black Templars, so I'll probably use the kill team as a moment to do that. So yep, it's hard to black. Funny enough, doesn't show up on camera very well, but yeah, the yellow chainswords are probably one of my favorite things about the army, the hazard stripe chainswords. So but yeah, so that's how the kill team for that is shaping up. I had built this guy on stream, and I just didn't end up loving it. Especially with the other minis, the other Primaris guys, it just didn't quite hit for me for the captain. So I might use him as something else. I may find another use for him. But yeah, he does look more. He looks more chaosy. So yeah, I ended up going with this captain instead, and I just like it much better. Fits better with the rest of the models, obviously, because it's meant to. But yeah, really liked how the Gravis guy came out. I actually used this piece of this kit. It originally was on the backpack for this guy, but just really loved it. And I was like, you know what? If anybody's gonna rock skulls like that, it's probably Black Templars anyways. So gives them a little more. Yeah, I mean, I've got like a ton of purity seals and stuff to add to all of these guys, but yeah, yeah, pretty pumped with how those are coming out. So well, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today, tonight, this morning. Wherever you're at. Paint Games, Will, Flo, Iron Motion, thank you all for joining me tonight. Look for the next stream. It'll probably be next Tuesday.
next Tuesday evening about the same time, 10:30-ish. So, yeah, it's good to be back with you guys. Thanks for jumping in tonight, and I will see you soon. Signing off.